Hey guys, so it's nearly Halloween and I wanted to do some Halloween tutorials for you. This one that I've done today is a super simple Halloween tutorial. It's something that is going to suit everybody. You could apply this to adults or children and just make it slightly less dramatic. It's really good if you're just in a rush but you need to get out quickly and you want to get in the spirit of Halloween. So keep watching and I shall show you how to make yourself into a cat. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is pop on a paint pot from MAC. You don't have to use MAC products, you can use any product, so any kind of primer. Now the one that I'm using is this one here and it's called Constructivist. This is one of their new paint pots. So all we're going to do is pop this across the whole of the lid. And this is like quite a dark browny kind of copper colour. And it's just going to go mainly out on the outer side of the eye and then all the way in with whatever is left on your finger. So the main bulk of colour is going to be sort of out here. And that's where we're going to get the depth going, because obviously with a cat eye it will be more dramatic outer to the outer edge of the eye. So just build that in, and the idea with these is that they will just give a little bit more intensity. So it just means that rather than you having to put loads and loads and loads of eyeshadow on, this will help it to sort of set in place. And then you might want to just take it just underneath the bottom lashes as well, and that will just give a little bit of help again when we pop some powder underneath there later. Then we're going to go in with a black eyeshadow. Now the one that I'm using today is Blackout, which is in the Naked 2 palette, and that's just this one up here that we're going to use. And you can start sort of packing that on with a flat brush if you want to start off with, just to build up the intensity of the colour. And again, most of it, like I said before, is going into the outer corner. So what you might want to do is just give the eye a bit of coverage. So sort of cover over where we put the primer. And sort of that's the kind of shape that you're going to want. And then go in with a fluffy brush and just keep building into that. And then with this you're going to start sort of bringing it out and above where you put the bulk of colour. And the idea of this is you're just sort of going to get, as we have on this eye, sort of a bit of a smokier sort of finish there. And again with this one, it's kind of personal preference as to how dramatic you want to make the eye. As it's Halloween and you're going out, probably you can go as dramatic as you want. And then what you can do is start bringing it underneath the bottom lashes there, again where we put the primer, and that's just going to give a little bit of intensity there. But you can kind of see the shape, so we're kind of building it up there, and that again is going to create the shape of the cat eye. So now that you sort of should probably have hardly any left on your brush, you're just going to kind of buff it out again to just give that sort of smouldering look on the eyes. And then the next thing we're going to do is go in with our eyeliner. Now the one I'm using is a Soap and Glory felt tip liner. The only reason I'm using this, I like this on my own eyes, so it is a bit of personal preference really. You can use whatever eyeliner you like, but you're going to do the normal flick, like sort of cat eye flick, but then the idea is that we take it down into the inner corner there, and that is going to give you more of like the elongated sort of slightly angled shape, which I guess most cats have. So you're just going to make the line quite thick and keep building it up. Because the eyeshadow we've popped on is so dark as well, you can kind of get away with making quite a thick line. And then you just bring your point out there. This is not the easiest of things to do one-handed, I have to say. So you're just going to bring your line out and make that as thin or as thick as you want to. Keep building on that, and then you're going to bring on the inner corner kind of down into a point, sort of into, I'd say there, if you can see that dot that I've just put. So mark where you want it to go and then bring it back. And with the other eye, what I did is kind of made it quite thick, and then actually rubbed a little bit out so you can get the desired shape. And then all you're going to do with that is then fill in from the other side and under the bottom lashes. So that kind of gives you the rough shape, and then what you're going to do is pop some eyeliner onto the waterline, and you're just literally going to go along there and really black this out right into the inner corner on the tear duct, and all the way along, and you'll start to see the sort of shape taking place. So again, with that one, just tidy up to make it whatever shape you want, pop on some false lashes, and then I shall bring you back to show you, just to add the last little bit. Okay, so now that we've popped on your lashes and added in any other definition with the black that you wanted, I'm going to go in with another colour. Now if I'm using black eyeshadow, I like to use a different colour on the edges just to give it a little bit of extra depth. Now the colour that I'm using is another MAC product, and it's called Palace Privilege. You can see that's sort of like a plummy purple colour. Now this will work well with the black, so go in with either the same brush with the black that you've used for the black, or a clean one, whichever you prefer, and just get a tiny little bit on a fluffy brush, and we're just going to add it to where we put the black, but on the outer edges, and you won't really see a huge amount sort of colour on there, but it will just give the edges a little bit of depth. And so do that on the top and the underneath as well. And then on the very inner corner, we're just going to go in and kind of highlight a little bit. For this, I'm using a NYX or NYX pigment, which is this one here, and it's in a very sort of pinky, kind of iced pinky white colour. And again, just going to put a little bit on a fluffy brush, and just going to go into the inner corner, top and bottom, and sort of on the top just take it in ever so slightly, sort of about a third of the way along, and that's just going to give more definition on the outer corner, and then sort of shrink that down on the inner corner, which obviously is the shape of a cat eye. So that's pretty much the eyes done. The other thing that I've done is defined my eyebrows. Can't say I would normally wear them this heavy, but as we are going for, I guess, a Halloween look or a fancy dress look, you can be slightly more defined, which is what I've done today. And then no cat would be complete without a nose. So for this, I'm using my Makeup Forever Flash palette. This is like a grease paint. So any kind of face paint will do, you don't have to have this palette. I'm just going to use the plain black here, and we're just going to use a flattish kind of brush. I've got this one here, which is quite good because it gives you a little bit more control, and you don't want too much product on your brush because grease paint does tend to go a long way. And again, with this, it's personal preference as to how big you want to make the nose, but just sort of start to build it up. I would say go in quite light to start with, and then you can add in more colour, but it will just give you the shape. So start adding in a little bit of product, and you're mainly going to want to do it sort of through the central part, and then down sort of around the nostrils, I guess, and then you choose whether or not you want to go higher up the nose or not. Now with this, you could go as theatrical as you wanted, and if you wanted to take it down sort of a line down the nose, from the nose to the top of the lip, you can do. You could even then paint the top lip black as well. I'm not going to do that because I wanted this to be sort of more of a, I guess, a modern day, or not so much an actual theatrical look. As chances are, you still have to walk somewhere to go to wherever party you're going to. You might not want people to look at you like you're a complete fool, but if you do and you enjoy being more theatrical, then carry on and make it as theatrical as you want to. That's as much as I'm going to do on my nose, although I can't seem to line it up for some reason today. But that would be it. Then if you wanted to, you can add sort of like little dots and things onto the upper lip area, which I'm just going to do a couple of those. and I'm just going to put them in really faintly on the outer edge sort of the sort of fleshy bit of your upper lip. And then if you, again, theatrical, wanted to go like that little bit further, add the whiskers in or not, personal preference completely. So I'm going to zoom you out a little bit after you've had a quick look there. And there's your eyes there, so you can see they're quite cat-like. And then you can see that we have nose and eyes, so all we need then is your lips. Now this is up to you. You can see I've put foundation over my lips just to give them a really white sort of starting point, and all I'm going to do is put on some Vaseline Rosy Lips just to give a little bit of colour. You could go for quite a pinky colour or a bright red, or like I said, paint the top lip black, but I want to keep it quite natural on the lips because obviously we've done such a heavy eye look there. So the look is now complete in regards to makeup. All you have to do then is put on your costume. I just have a black top on for now, and then you can add in your cat ears, which I have here. These ones I bought in H&M and they were about £1.99. I have seen them in Primark, Accessorize, Claire's Accessories, so there's loads that you can get out there. But this is just a really simple look for Halloween. Probably good for those kind of people who want to do something but don't really enjoy getting all dressed up. This is the simplest and easy way. This is also really good if you're going to maybe a Halloween house party but then going out after. All you could do is wipe off the nose and you're good to go. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you have an amazing Halloween, and I shall see you all soon. Bye!